When you look at automation, the top recommendation is just do it. What we have to look at when trying to answer those questions is kind of a definition of automation, because when you speak to people on a container terminal and you speak about automation, there's various forms. It could be process automation. Someone means gate automation because that's their area of expertise. Or when we speak about equipment automation, is it driverless? Is it anything remote controlled? What exactly is it? If you look at a greenfield terminal planning and you put all the costs together to say you want a fully automated terminal, it is an extremely high initial cost. In the last 20 years, we have seen quite a few, and a lot of them have been automated. And there is no doubt that the high initial costs had tremendous impact on expectations of performance and everything, because the lenders had an idea of payback time. A very important strategy is twofold. If you have a cost-intensive automation, a large-scale automation project, that you have a correct expectation with all parties involved, with your vendors, with your partners, with the financing parties. Everything has to be aligned in the sense that when exactly is the expectation to pay off, and it does pay off. There is no doubt. Every brownfield automation I have seen going back years later, no one would say that was a mistake. It was clearly the right thing, but there is an initial high cost. So expectation setting, an extremely important part of it. Then the second part is there is, as I said before, there is multiple different ways of automation. You don't have to have a full conversion with all kinds of automation that you want to implement. You could, for example, do one piece at a time. That would be a strategy to overcome initial high cost. But again, looking at the entire return on the investment, I do not know of an automated terminal today that would go back and say, we should have rather planned this as a manual terminal. It is actually the other way around. And then if we're looking at the integration part, integration is always in automation project a huge factor, and rightfully so. I have seen many projects where people bought from different vendors, different things that they have planned on their terminal in kind of a isolated world, and then they thought it will all come together. I bought a system from here and I heard this is the best network and that, but no integration work or capacity could be committed to a project. So the entire integration effort, very seriously to be taken. On the other hand, if there is doubters, and it's very easy to shut down an automation project because of the impossibility to integrate or the high cost. We have multiple established companies that do nothing but focus on this integration work. If you have the right partners, you will find an accurate proposal and the right way to execute this integration. But as I said, I do not want to have anyone underestimate that effort when you have different vendors. But a strategy to overcome here too is what I said before. Do not invent on a terminal the complexity over and over again. Make sure you have as many as pre-integrated components when you have a larger automation project. As far as the workforce adjustments that are called on by the report are considered, that varies regionally from port or from terminal to terminal. Of course, you have areas where there is, for example, such a strong union that opposes everything that starts with the letter A. But in Japan, union officials have begged for bringing more automation into the country because their workforce is overaged, and young generation is not willing to take jobs in a dangerous environment, in an unsafe environment that is usually far away from cities. There is workforce adjustment globally very differently. You do have, however, very often a initial, let's say, aversion or fear when it comes to automation. But you have to see that there is upscaling of jobs, different jobs that come out when you automate a terminal. There is different quality of jobs, more aspects of safety and comfort if you take drivers out of their vehicles and bring them to an office where they can monitor or supervise activities taken on by automation. If you bet to be a horse carriage driver and said the automobile is too fast or dangerous and it will not be the future, you probably bet on the wrong job. The adjustment has to be overcome with continuous education. People have to be trained in new areas. Automation doesn't necessarily mean an entire workforce will be laid off. It will be training, other jobs, better quality of jobs that will arise with automation projects in terminals.